Guys, it's WWE Nexus 1000, and I just got done watching the TLC pay-per-view, and I'm gonna give you guys the highlights and the results and everything. So yeah. So overall, it was a pretty good pay-per-view, and I liked it. It was a very good pay-per-view, I thought. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the first match, which was Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder. And Zack pretty much had the whole match in control, at least the start. He managed to get Dolph in the corner, and he hit him with the broski boot, I think is what he calls it. But of course Vicky was at ringside, and she went over and managed to put Dolph's foot on the rope. The referee caught her and banned her from ringside. So after that, I think it was pretty much a back and forth match between the two of them. And after a while, Zack Ryder got his finisher on Dolph Ziggler and got the 1-2-3, and we have a new United States champion. So yay! It's about time. It's about time. So I thought that was a pretty good match. It was a good match, I'd say. So yeah, it was awesome. It really was. And his dad was at ringside, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, but the next, there was a backstage segment. Yeah, it really just showed Cody Rhodes attack Booker T from behind. So yeah. Anyway, next match was the tag team champions. It was Air Boom versus Primo and Epico, I think is how you say his name. I don't know who this Epico is. I've heard of Primo because he used to be in a tag team with Primo. So that's the only reason I know him. But I don't really know too much about him. Apparently they're cousins or something. But anyway, with the match, Primo and Epico pretty much had the whole match in control because they kept Evan in the corner and did the whole tagging in and out thing, keeping Evan in the corner. But after a while, Evan finally made his way over to Kofi and got the tag. Oh, sorry guys. And after that, Kofi pretty much had the match. Won, but he hit Epico with the Trouble in Paradise and won. So yeah, I don't really care too much for either one of these tag teams, so it's not really a match I can get into. But yeah, that was that. So no new champions. So the next match, which is Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett in a tables match. So Randy pretty much had the whole match in control. Well, he started in control, but after that it kind of went back and forth. Yeah, so how it pretty much ended was Wade put Randy on the table in the ring. He went on the top rope and was going to do a flying elbow. But Orton quickly got up and reversed it into an RKO. And when he was doing the RKO, when he came down, put Wade through the table. So actually it was a pretty short match, I would think. You know, for this match, it was actually pretty short. So, but it was also pretty good. It was still a good match. So yeah, I knew Randy would win, as I told you guys in my predictions. So yeah, but like I said, it was still a good match. So yeah, anyway, the next match was another match that was not on the match card, which was Beth Phoenix versus Kelly in a title match. I do not know what Kelly did to get a title match, but actually she didn't have to do anything. She just automatically got it. Anyway, I thought they were actually going to let Kelly win. I thought that Kelly was going to go out there and win. I was going for Beth. So, just clearing that. But I honestly thought they were going to let Kelly win with some kind of a roll-up, how she's won everything else. But yeah, anyway. Kelly started the match in control. Beth actually kind of took control after a while. You know, Kelly only knows 6 moves, so. But anyway, Beth took control after a while. Kelly was knocked, well, laying in the ring or whatever. Beth went to the top rope and went for a leg drop off the top rope, kind of like what Cena does, if you've seen it. But yeah, went for a leg drop off the top rope and missed. So you can definitely tell that I think she hurt her tailbone, because it was really messing with her. But if you missed, I'm sure it would. But anyway, she missed. Kelly was actually going to go for her finisher. I think it's the K2 or something like that. I think is what she calls it. But Beth countered it, went for the Glam Slam. But as she was coming down with the Glam Slam, Kelly tried to roll her up. And Beth reversed it into a roll up and Kelly kicked out. Anyway, Kelly went for a Hurricane Rana on Beth, but how the Hurricane Rana worked, she actually stopped it and she pulled her up. So Kelly was hanging down, Beth pulled her up, and she fell back. Beth fell back, so Kelly went face first on the mat and knocked her out, and Beth got the 1, 2, 3. I know it's kind of confusing, but that's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, overall, I honestly thought that Kelly was gonna win with a cheap roll-up. So yay, Beth is still champion, and there can be no people out there saying that she cheated or whatever, because Natalya was at ringside. Not like she's ever needed Natalya at ringside, but you know how haters are. So yeah, but anyway, moving on to the next match. There was actually, okay, so anyway, moving on with the next match. It was Cody Rhodes versus Booker T. I guess after that backstage attack, he still wanted to go out there, but the match never happened because Cody Rhodes attacked him from behind again, and the doctors told him that he couldn't compete and that he had to go back there and get checked out. So the match didn't happen. But yeah, anyway, next match, which was Kevin Nash versus Triple H, which overall I thought was a pretty good match. And I don't even like Kevin Nash or Triple H, as I said in my predictions, but I still thought it was a pretty good match. Okay. Sorry guys, I have to keep looking down because I had to write all this stuff down. So, I'm looking at this notebook in case you're wondering. Anyway, that match. Alright, Kevin Nash pretty much started in control. Okay, Triple H took back control because he threw him. They were outside, and Triple H took back control when he threw him into a turnbuckle. So and he just started using like a ladder and beating Kevin Nash's legs with them. Beat Kevin Nash's legs with it. So tried to get him down on his knees, which is smart because he is a tall guy. So obviously the strategy, take out the legs. Where did I leave off? I don't know where I left off. But yeah, he started beating his legs with it, of course. Triple H put a ladder like against the turnbuckle, like in the ring, and they put the ladder against the turnbuckle. Nash was going, or I think Triple H was going to throw Kevin Nash into it, and Nash reversed it and threw Triple H into it, and took control back over for a while. Okay, now I'm back on track. Okay, Nash actually got a table out from under the ring and put it in the ring, set it up and everything. Hunter got up and they were beating each other up back and forth. Anyway, they both were climbing the ladder at the same time, and Triple H knocked Kevin Nash off the ladder and grabbed the sledgehammer and used it on him, of course, because that was what you do, obviously. And I guess pedigreed him, got the 1, 2, 3, and won the match. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. Sorry if I got a little confused in there, but my writing is not very good. But yeah, but overall, like I said, it was a pretty good match. And yeah, so not much I can really say about that match, because like I said earlier, I don't really care for the two of them. But I will say it was a very entertaining and good match that kept you on the edge of your seat. But yeah, anyway, another surprise match that was not on the match card was Jack Swagger versus Sheamus. This match did not last very long. It was actually a very short match. And it was back and forth pretty much the whole match. And pretty much what happened was Sheamus won with the Broad Kick. So not much I can really say about that match, because like I said, it was not a very long match. So not much I can say about it. But I knew he was going to win, obviously. I should have used pen instead of pencil. Anyway, next match, which was Mark Henry versus The Big Show. Everyone assumed that this match was going to last for a while. This match did not last very long. I'd say this match lasted about 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes at the most is how long the match actually lasted. So I honestly thought it was going to go on longer than that, since it was a World Heavyweight Championship match. And in my predictions, I think I went for Big Show. So yeah, so anyway, it started out, like the setup was, there was chairs literally around the ring and on the ramp. Like, the ramp would lead to the ring, obviously, and it would have a bunch of rings. There were chairs around the ring. So Big Show actually went out and just started like throwing chairs in the ring. Like, he literally threw about 10-13 chairs on the ring. And when he got back in the ring, Mark Henry got out of the ring, went over there, grabbed his championship, and was trying to walk out, get himself counted out. So if it ends in a count out, you get to keep your championship. So I think that's what his strategy was, or something. Show was after him, but Henry turned around and hit him with the belt. So he threw him back in the ring. So Henry pretty much had control for about 5 minutes. Show got up and knocked him out with the right hand. And that's how it ended. So Big Show was the World's Heavyweight Champion. Until Daniel Bryan came out and cashed in Money in the Bank on him. Because what happened was Mark Henry was a sore loser and beat him up from behind. So that gave Daniel Bryan the perfect opportunity to go out there. So overall, Daniel Bryan is really the new champion. and the way that Big Show was looking at him was just like, he was literally like disgusted in him, because Big Show has gone through a lot. He's had to go through 4 pay-per-views, not to mention the months of leg injury, and that's why I don't like the Money in the Bank. Because, you can really, literally just cash in whenever you want. It's not really a fair way to win it, but, I can't say that it's also unfair. Every person that's ever won Money in the Bank has done it that way, and it's smart if you think about it. It's a free championship. But do I think he's going to keep it very, very long? No. Because all he did was make Big Show angry. So, he's eventually going to get his rematch, and I think he's going to lose. So, very boring match, actually, I thought. Seeing as the fact it only went on for 10 minutes. And then that happened. So, yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty boring. Anyway, next match, there was a backstage interview with Booker T. Josh Matthews was interviewing him, and apparently Booker T said he's ready to get back in the ring. So the Cody Rhodes versus Booker T match did happen. So that's actually the next match. My throat gets really dry, sorry guys. Anyway, that match, Cody Rhodes versus Booker T. Booker started out in control, and after a while, Cody took control. So pretty much a back and forth match, I'd say. Booker did his little spinneroonie thing. He went for those scissor kicks, the scissor kick, and Cody Rhodes countered. And that kick, his signature kick where he bounces off the ropes and then comes back and hits them or something. Yeah, so his signature kick, I'm sure you guys have seen it before. He hit him, he went for the pin, he kicked out, he did it, he kicked him again, and he won. So, overall, Cody Rhodes is still the IC champion, which I love, yay! So, I know there's a lot of people that's not going to agree to that match, but I still love it. The last match, the main event, was CM Punk versus The Miz versus Alberto Del Rio. So, yeah. Let's get started. Anyway, Rio and Miz started out by beating on Punk for a while, which is the smart thing to do, I guess, take out the champion. Punk took back control for a little bit. Let's see. He knocked both of them out. I think they were beating on each other, and Punk kind of came in and knocked both of them out. He was actually climbing the ladder, and he would have had the match won like that. But Ricardo Rodriguez had handcuffs, and he put one of them on Punk's wrist, and then the other part he put on the ladder, the part that you have to snap down, which keeps the ladder locked on there, and handcuffed him to the ladder, of course. I just said that. He managed to get free by actually kicking it off somehow, so him and The Miz went at it for a while, back and forth between those two. But The Miz, they were on the top rope. Miz pushed him, and he went through a table that was outside the ring. Pushed him through a table. Okay. Del Rio actually took up after that by beating on The Miz. So those two went at it back and forth for a while. He knocked The Miz out, and he was climbing the ladder. But The Miz and CM Punk both came in and knocked the ladder over. and he kind of landed on the top rope, and the top rope kind of got him in his middle of his legs, so he did not get up for a while. So yeah, so that's, and those two went at it for a while. I guess they both ended up knocking each other out or whatever, because they were both out. Ricardo Rodriguez came in and actually tried to climb the ladder for Del Rio to win him the champion, I guess. I don't know if that would have counted or not. But again, Miz and CM Punk knocked over the ladder, and Ricardo went through a table. So yeah, I guess, so the Miz and CM Punk were really the only two people that actually were in the whole match. Because like I said, after what happened to Rio, he was not in the match for a while. But anyway, those two went at it. CM Punk still had the handcuffs on, and the Miz handcuffed him to the rope, like the middle rope. He handcuffed him to the middle rope, and that bar that it's attaches the rope to the actual turnbuckle, he handcuffed him to that. So Del Rio gets up, him and the Miz go at it. But they were both climbing the ladder, and somehow, I don't know how, CM Punk managed to get that off, which you really need a tool to do that with, so I don't know how he managed, but he literally took the middle rope off the turnbuckle. So, but there was another ladder next to it. Punk climbed the ladder, knocked them both off. I think he kicked Del Rio in his head and put the Miz in the go to sleep. He climbed the ladder, got the championship, and won. So there was no new champion. So overall, it was a pretty good pay-per-view. It was pretty good. It wasn't really a bad pay-per-view. It could have gone worse. But yeah, it was actually worth the money paid, I would say. But anyway, I talked for 22 minutes, which is, I think, my probably longest video. But I'm gonna go now. I will talk to you guys later, and if you're not subscribed, please like, comment, and I'll talk to you guys later.